Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we collect news and headlines from our city, our state, and our country. We collect the valuable information and questions that you share with us and put all that information to good use as we endeavor to have a well-grounded, well-connected, happy, positive, nurturing life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Monday, March 6th. My name is Paco Ojeda, but you already know that. And it is a pleasure to welcome you to this morning's broadcast. It is a pleasure in particular to welcome our new friends watching live for the first time. If that is your case, just write the word new in your comment and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice welcome. If you have something important to share with yours truly, add a capital letter Q, and we will be so very happy to take a look at it in the second half of the broadcast. Today we have all kinds of interesting news, as always, and a couple of announcements that you may enjoy. So we might as well get started with the stuff. This deserves an I Love Lucy. Ooh. We told you last week of the new stretch of highway from La Cruz de Guanacaxtle to El Capomo and the fact that it opened to traffic, decreasing travel time from Puerto Vallarta to Guadalajara by 40 minutes or so, they say. The new stretch is 40.3 kilometers long. What we did not tell you, because we didn't know, is that in order to enjoy the new stretch, you have to pay a toll of 800 pesos. 800 pesos for just 40.3 kilometers, making this Nayarit highway the most expensive highway in the country. Many are not happy as they consider the amount to be an exaggeration. In addition, I have heard reports that because the new toll road is brand new, there's still a bunch of loose gravel that has caused windshields to crack when small pebbles are propelled to the air by other vehicles. So there you have it, the price for convenience. As a point of reference, I should say that a one-way ticket to Guadalajara on ETN, the most comfortable bus line available, is less expensive than the toll from this stretch alone. So if you're not in a hurry, but you want to get to the big city, you may want to consider the bus. Even if you are younger than 60 years of age, it'll be less expensive than the tolls you have to pay if you're going in your own vehicle or if you are sharing the tolls with a friend that is driving there. This is really, really good news. The municipality's Commission on the Environment has approved a plan to designate Los Arcos de Mismaloya as a critical habitat zone and placing this natural area one step closer to becoming a federal protected area. The new plan includes 10 guidelines for its protection that I would like to outline here. No fishing or interacting with flora or fauna. Respecting the boys. Oh, is that the way you pronounce Buoys? Bull. The respecting the orange floating chingaderas in the area. That's what I'm trying to say. How on earth does one pronounce these words? No contamination through liquid spilling, no disembarking on any of the islands, keeping a minimum distance of 10 meters from any of the islands, keeping navigation to a maximum of 5 miles per hour in the surrounding area, using drones only when they are pre-authorized by environmental authorities. I see the English lessons coming. Thank you very much. Abiding by international laws pertaining to recreational snorkeling and scuba diving, adding a specific commitment to all bylaws used by tour operators to protect Los Arcos, and denouncing, I love it. No, we're not denouncing anybody called Nancy, denouncing any abuses to the appropriate authorities. And let me take a quick look. Buoys. Okay, I got it. One word at a time. Buoys. Let's see what else we have. Mayor Michel was on hand for the inauguration of a new radio station in the AM band here in Puerto Vallarta. It's called Paralelo 20 or Parallel 20, and it's a news station broadcasting at 650 kilohertz. And it makes me wonder if anybody listens to the radio locally, whether it is AM or FM. If you care to comment on that, I would love to see whether you are listening to the radio. I was approached not even 6 months ago by some gal that wanted to start an English radio program. And she was very happy to meet with me, and she invited me to have a conversation. And she was so cheerful because she was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great station, and you're doing such a great job that you might as well just do it in my station." And I said, "Well, how much does the job pay?" And she says, oh no, you're gonna be broadcasting for free, but you're gonna get a ton of promotion." And I thought to myself, no gracias. I'm happy where I'm at. SEAPAL has announced vehicular restrictions along Paseo del Marlin in Gaviotas due to the repair of a water leak in one of its pipes. Traffic should resume by noon, they said. A number of colonias in the area will experience water shortage, but this is expected to resume by sometime tomorrow. So just keep it in mind. If you're anywhere near Las Gaviotas and your water pressure is low, it is because SEAPAL is doing its thing, and hopefully service will be reinstated soon. And speaking of repairs, the city's Saturday repair program involving public areas throughout the municipality continued this past Saturday, now helping transform and enhance public areas in Ixtapa, where volunteers and city crews headed to the main plaza and worked fixing the main plaza and several surrounding streets, cleaning them up, making them beautiful, or so we hope. And if you're wondering where this is located, Ixtapa is over here on State Highway 544, which is a highway that heads towards San Sebastián del Oeste and Mascota and so forth. And these are the news that we have to share today. Let us take a look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. Boom. Well, shit. It's sunny. That's what snarky weather has to say this morning. What I have to say is that we're enjoying a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. That would be 77 Fahrenheit. Humidity is low at 43%. Wow. 23% would be heavenly, but it's 43%. And our weather forecast for today says that we're going to enjoy a clear day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. And tomorrow will be a partly cloudy day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. And Wednesday, another clear day with a high of 29 and a low of 17. Moving right along, I have a message that I got from one of our viewers. And in the spirit of sharing information that is useful to a bunch of people, I'm going to answer here on the broadcast. This one starts with, you mentioned it on your show, but never gave any information as to how to see it. This first sentence has to do with the horse festival that came and went a few weeks ago. And of course, we did give information about it to the extent that we had information available to us. But Patrice continues saying, next there will be Semana Santa, and I am sure there will be activities. Once again, it will be impossible to know where and when to be. Could you please give us times and places of Semana Santa events? Unfortunately, all of these events are impossible to find any information about. And my answer is, Patrice, you must be from out of town, and probably visiting during those areas, because if you were an English speaking local, you would know that indeed information for events that are organized locally is often impossible to find until a few days prior to the event. So, going back to the beginning of the message, we did mention information about the horse festival, and we mentioned it as soon as we heard about it. Now, as far as Semana Santa activities, well, for starters, Semana Santa is a religious holiday. It is not necessarily an activity holiday, unless you're a gay boy and you want to go to any of the circuit parties that are frequently put together during that time. There will be, I am sure, a religious procession along the Malecón in which the crucifixion of Jesus Christ will be reenacted, but I don't know exactly when this information is going to become available from the city. As to what else is there to do, I would love to give you a source of information that had options ahead of time. All I can recommend to you is keep watching Coffee and Headlines. We don't broadcast with the intention of concealing information. We broadcast with the intention of making it available as soon as we find out about it. Other than that, as a tourist, you should know, and you are probably already know, that there's a ton of Facebook pages and online newspapers, of course, that publish this information as well for tourists that are looking for things to do while they're on vacation here. As for myself, as I said before, whenever we find stuff that might be interesting to our community of English-speaking locals, I am happy to search for it and share it as soon as it becomes available. Moving right along, the walking tour that I left for you on Saturday while I eloped to somewhere fun and exotic is now available in 4K resolution and gorgeous stereo sound on YouTube. I will leave the link for you to enjoy, and I certainly hope that you will that you enjoyed the walk while I was gone. I glanced at some of your comments while I was away, and I enjoyed the fact that some of you enjoyed the walk. If at any point anybody has suggestions of places you would like for me to consider walking, please let me know, because as you can probably see, it's been a while since we started walking, and we've upgraded the walking tour kit with a better camera and better audio recording and better narration. So I am now in the process of upgrading or updating all the walking tours that we've done so far. So if there's any particular area that you're interested in, by all means, please let me know, and we'll be so very happy to consider it. Moving right along, the second edition of the Rompe Festival has been announced. This is a festival for which the Joint Co-working Hotel held a fundraising event a week ago. It was around a week ago. The festival hopes to empower women artists here in Puerto Vallarta through a series of activities, and also to help beautify a number of public parks and sports courts in a number of colonias throughout the city. Now, I will leave you information about this festival. I will leave you their Facebook page. The festival began yesterday and continues through the 25th, in case there are some fun activities that you may want to consider as soon as they make them available. Of course, this is the week in which we unveil our latest music appreciation lecture, How to Listen to Jazz. This will be on Thursday from 5 to 6:45 p.m. at the Joint Co-working Hotel. Tickets are already available, and there's limited space. There's only room for 35 people in the activities area. In the I forget the exact phrase that the hotel uses. The event center. That's what it is. So, if you want to know about jazz, where it came from, how to listen to it, what are the connections between jazz and the cultural events and historical events that were happening as jazz began to develop and continues to evolve, this will be a fun opportunity for you. I certainly hope you will join us. And of course, I want to remind you that this coming Sunday, Hecho a Mano sets up shop at Whiskey Kitchen to do another one of their pop-up art sales. So I hope that you will stop by. This is going to be on Sunday from 3 to 9. I'm definitely going to be there in support of dear friends that are using their own skills and creativity to make a living. And this brings us, of course, to our comment section. Let me see what is on your mind. But first, if you don't mind, I'm going to clear my throat. Oh, that was good for me. Okay, let me rewind your comments just to see if I can find any cues. I find a lot of good mornings and I appreciate them so much. These are absolutely wonderful. Let's see. Pirim pam pum. Oh no, Albert is leaving us, but Albert, I know, has fallen into the spell of Puerto Vallarta. His next vacation is going to be 3 months long, and I can guarantee you that within 3 years, Albert, I don't know, maybe he will have moved here, or maybe he will be here for 6 months like many people are. Let's see what else we have. Lots of good mornings, which I appreciate. Harold comments that the first traffic accident was reported on the new toll road. That is unfortunate. Again, I saw reports of windshields getting cracked because of flying debris. So, and then thank you for the English class. I'll remember that. Buoys. It's not like I'm out in the ocean all that frequently to remember that word, but I appreciate that. Question. You get some of your photos from Excelsior. That's the name of my hometown in Minnesota. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. Indeed, whenever we publish news from Excelsior, we feature their photographs. Let's see. There's a cue. Morning, all. To those who mentioned El Remance last week, many thanks. It looks awesome. In planning my Relo tour, I'd appreciate any recommendations for residential areas where I can walk for daily shopping and eateries. An area that is maybe 15 to 20 walk from the water. Again, just looking for communities outside of Puerto Vallarta proper to include in my research. Throw out any community names. Okay, let's see. El Remance is a nice area that is not necessarily within Puerto Vallarta proper, being 15 to 20 minute walk from the water. You know, Versailles or Díaz Ordaz is also an area to consider. I don't know if anybody else has other recommendations for Paul. Of course, if you want to shop and you're happy shopping at small convenience stores, that opens up your options. If your idea of shopping is, you know, the trip to the big supermarkets, well, you would want to be near the big supermarkets. Let's see what else we have. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry to hear that. Marie is in Versailles and has had no running water since Friday. Sorry to hear that. I hope your service gets reinstated soon. There's another question. Oh, it's Paul again. If anybody can recommend any Facebook groups they found particularly helpful regarding Relo. I have no idea what a Relo is. Oh, relocation. to Puerto Vallarta area and perhaps the state of Jalisco in general, please feel free to share. I appreciate any suggestions and thanks all. I won't be of much help there personally, Paul, as I stay away from most Facebook groups as I find them not good for me personally. But I hope you can find something that will open up your eyes. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Deb, thank you very much for that remark. Enjoyed Saturday Walk tremendously. I'm glad that you did. Well, if you have your YouTube connected to your big television, you can enjoy it a third time on the big screen now that it has been uploaded. Terry says we cannot post links in this chat. That is correct. I have disabled posting links in this chat because I don't want, and I'm sure many of you do not want people getting in the habit of publishing links to commercial endeavors here and there. If you have links that are not related to a restaurant or activity or this, that, and the other, I apologize if we cannot share them. But of course, if you want to share links that you think might be useful to other members in the community here at Coffee and Headlines, you can always share them with me and I'd be so very happy to curate them. But you are correct, Terry, we don't allow links to other websites here at Coffee and Headlines. Oh, Albert, is the bathtub required for listening to jazz? Only if you are in it and I can step in. So there. Dan says, wouldn't mind seeing a walk in Pitillal again. Thank you very much, Dan. And while I have your attention, I will apologize for not making the next music appreciation lecture about Broadway as you and Kathy requested. I got this wonderful opportunity to do the panel discussion with Raíces, the group that won the So You Think You Can Rise talent competition. So that took precedence. But rest assured that the next music appreciation lecture that we put together will be Broadway related. And please know that I will schedule a new walk down Pitillal in the near future. Let's see. Mismaloya is as nice as ever. View from the condo is very nice. You know, Chris, I've had a craving for Mismaloya for a few days now. Either Mismaloya or Boca de Tomatlan. Just taking the bus there, sitting and being pampered from the comfort of Apalapa. So keep that in mind because I may be walking in that general area soon. Let's see what else. Happy to share your question, Paul, anytime. And whenever your questions are specific, we will be so very glad to consider them. We have a big heart here at Coffee and Headlines for anyone that is looking to move to Puerto Vallarta because it is nice to have a holding hand or a lending hand. So feel free to keep asking questions. You are exactly at the right place to do so, and we'll be happy to address them as much as we can. Doody-doody-doo. Doody-doody-doo. Pitillal, yes, my favorite seafood restaurant is there, Tino's. There you go. I think we're walking Pitillal sometime soon. You said a long time ago you were going to do her tomorrow with your walking talk of RMR along with the Marcato. Oh, Bill, if you translate that to English that I can understand, I will be so very happy to answer. I have no idea of what RMR is. Marcato might be a market, but I'm not entirely sure. But hey, I saw a queue and I acknowledged it. Please help me out, Bill. I'm not sure what you meant. There's a question. Paco, if you had to go somewhere right now for breakfast that is different, where would you go? Oh my goodness. If I was going to go for breakfast right now, I would want to go to Los Alcatraces, which is right next to Licks in Fluvial Vallarta. I love their breakfast. I don't know, that's the first place that came to mind. If I thought about it, I'm sure other places would come to mind. Uh, but that would be a place I would want to go. The other place I would want to go is the new breakfast restaurant that is at the very end of Calle Francia in Versailles. I forget the name, and we've talked about it before, but those would probably be the two places I would want to go on for breakfast right now. The good thing is I have breakfast right here at home, so I don't have to go anywhere. And this brings us to the end of today. Yay! Pum, 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 pum. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and we'll be here as always with more questions, more headlines, and more connections. And looking forward to your company as always. If you can join us, that would be great. If not, have a great beginning of a new week. Stay kind, stay happy, stay connected, and that's it. Have a good day.